listening to.
You're listening to.
You're listening to.
You're listening to.
Again, and you're listening.
You're listening to
Active FM.
to Active FM.
To Active FM.
FM.
To Active FM.
Greetings and welcome to the live version of it. Wow, I almost said It's a Girls Show. Why?
Oh, it's shaking. All
This
right.
is no, I really apologize. Okay.
All right.
3, 2, 1. Greetings and welcome to the Table of Perspective, where we understand that one matter at hand can be viewed through very different, contrasting perspectives. We are your hosts, Beulah and the lovely.
Ashley. Like, who else?
And now you can see our faces.
Like, for the first time in history, you can see our faces. Like, ever since the show started. Like, why not?
Usually we just see each other's faces, but now you guys
Yeah,
can interact with
now
us.
at least
With the
you
fact that
can-
our faces were seen.
Exactly, you know what I'm saying. So for today, our topic is which is the best sense of humor. You know, we have funny, we have dark, we have boring. What if boring sense of humor is funny?
I mean, you also got like corny sense of humor where it's just kind of like dry.
Yeah, dry
Dad
sense of
jokes.
humor. You know,
Sarcastic.
like, some dad jokes are funny though, let's be honest.
Of course, that jokes
Yeah.
are the superior level of where humor is found, personally.
Exactly. But
We'll
we're gonna
get
go-
into that, right?
Exactly. Like, why not? So as you saw before you clicked onto the link and the topic, it is which is the best sense of humor? Like, which is the best sense of humor? Right now, the best sense of humor is the funny sense of humor, you know. So like
So that's your opinion. The
my
funny
opinion,
sense of humor.
okay, there are those sarcastic types of sense of humors, and then there are those dark sense of humors. Those dark sense of humors also very too dark for my liking. Even like
I
there
think
are
that
those dark jokes.
Yeah, I think with a dark sense of humor as well as like sarcastic sense of humor, usually it's kind of inside jokes where it really shines. Because like if it's just a dark sense of humor and then people might get offended by it, then it's no longer funny.
Yeah. And I also feel like it also depends on who you are, on what type of person.
Yeah.
Like for me, I'll think about it and I'm like, I still don't understand what you're saying. I really still don't
Oh, shit.
understand what you're
I
saying.
know the feeling.
And then
I
now,
actually have sorry, Sam?
and then now you find out that everyone's laughing around you and you're like, okay, what is everyone laughing at? And then now they only explain the joke after, and then now you're the only one laughing. You're like,
You're
oh.
left in the dark.
So then that's why sometimes if I don't get a joke, I just laugh at you. That's why sometimes if I don't get a joke, I laugh at everyone. I'm like, anyways, I'll get it some other time. But, you know,
Yeah.
even like and stuff.
Yeah. But I actually found a post on the interwebs, and it basically says that there are 9 senses of humor. Senses of humor.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
I knew dark, corny, funny, and boring, dry. But corny and dry is the same thing, basically.
Yeah. They're probably the same thing. But I'm just gonna skim over the page. Basically, they say that there's physical humor. Basically, when you
What's
are
physical?
like it says that it's a style of humor that involves physicality. It can be anything from clowns to mimes to funny facial expressions to someone falling.
Okay, that makes more sense now.
Yeah.
And then the other one?
Actually, before I keep going into it, why don't you think of who you think or what kind of sense of humor you think you have from the list?
Okay.
Okay, so keep note of them.
Yeah.
Right. So the second one is self-depreciating, and this kind of sense of humor has a favorite among stand-up comedians, in which they basically make fun of themselves. And
Like your Trevor Noahs, your Kevin Harts, your Chris Tuckers, you know, those type of
precisely.
people.
Yeah. And then we have Surreal. So as suggested by the name, the style of humor can be pretty weird, featuring illogical events, absurd situations, or nonsensical themes. In other words, just plain silly. I haven't actually really seen too much of that.
Yeah, Like even like trying to meet a person with that type of sense of humor, I don't think there are those people. I feel like those are the nerds, but I doubt it's the nerds. But there are those funny
Oh,
nerds though. Like Baston.
yeah.
Baston is a funny nerd. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Beston used to be on the show.
Yep.
There was a time in his life.
Those were the times of his life. But anyways.
All right, so number 4 says improvisational. Comedy without a plan. Ever seen the movie Whose Line Is It
Oh,
Anyway? Or Thank God You're Here? That's what we're
yeah.
talking about. The fact that the
Oh,
person is making some of the jokes up on the spot makes the style of comedy even funnier. That's what they say.
that's cool though. That's actually cool. That means that you're very funny if you can do that. Like for me to think of a joke on the spot or make fun of someone on the spot, then yeah, we know. Yeah.
I think it's kind of like a skill of understanding people, being able to
I think
see the way people respond. You're very observant to be able to do that.
yeah, true. I'm not an
All
observant
right.
person.
Really? I don't know.
Maybe I
Okay.
observe from afar. I don't know. Probably I am. Probably I'm not, because sometimes I even tell people things that are like, "What? Really? I do that?" Yeah. Probably I am, but a silent observer.
Or you're just observing different things.
Yeah. Especially when I'm
All
in a
right.
quiet mode.
That's also true. I have seen you go into that quiet mode. So number 5 says wit wordplay. Usually a play on words. This humor involves twisting language around with humorous results. And yes, puns do fall into this category. Dads everywhere rejoice. That's what they
I
say.
like puns. I like puns. Puns are cool. Like, especially if you say no pun intended, like you just come with a pun on the spot and you're like, no pun intended, sorry.
No, it is true. I think I might prefer that sense of humor amongst many of them.
Yeah,
All right. Are we ready for number 6?
I think so. Let me mentally prepare myself. Okay, yeah, I'm
Okay.
ready.
Number 6 is topical, humor based on events or trends. So Saturday Night Live would be a prime example of this. Basically, it works on a topic that is evident during this period of time. So
Oh.
someone says that, oh dear. So here's an example of the joke. Donald Trump, Ivanka Trump, Jared Kushner, Rick Perry, and Steve Bannon walk into the bar. And the bar is the earth, and it overheats, and we all die. That doesn't really make too much sense. But it's topical. So it's a topic of the time that they're making fun of.
Even if I was in that topic, I wouldn't laugh. I wouldn't lie to you. It would be just like,
Oh,
okay. That would literally be me. That was me in my brain right now. Like, as you speak, that was me in my brain. But, like, it is what it is.
it is what it is. You're right. Number 7, observational. The ability to poke fun at everyday life. I think that's where I am at. I think that's the
Yeah,
one.
I think that's where you are. I feel like I also categorize myself somewhere there, like just patch myself there where I'm not patchable, but I'm patchable. You know that torn G where it's patchable, but it's not patchable? That's me at number 7.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. We're almost at the end. Bodily
Right.
is number 8.
Bodily.
And yeah.
I feel like
So
that's the
I feel
good
like
one.
it's more like kids humor. So what they explain it to be is the home of the old toilet joke. This is everything to do with farts or other bodily functions. It's a
Gosh.
decisive type of humor that tends to be popular with men and teenagers.
Oh my gosh, the nerve of these people. Like, I can't deal. Like, in fact, my question is who decided in this whole entire world and say, you know what, guys, I have a plan. In fact, I had an idea. So there are these types of humors that I came up with, and there is physical, there is bodily, or whatever. Where's the time to do that? Like, sometimes I think to myself, I'm like, when did you get the time? Like, what were you doing in order for you to actually think about this?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess you could say that people have taken note of the way that people categorize senses of humor. So I think that even in your own friend group or family group, you'd be able to take note of the way that people perceive life and therefore the way that they humor certain aspects of it. And whoever it is, perhaps a comedian or I don't know, someone who prioritizes making blog posts about senses of humor, who maybe really appreciates senses of humor and wants to be able to understand the people around them better, to be able to make them laugh, whatever it is.
That makes more sense.
But that's a really good question to ask, actually.
Because like,
And
yeah,
we have-
sometimes, because
Yeah,
like, yeah,
sorry, say.
sometimes, like sometimes we do come up with weird things. Like I feel like also the flat earth thing happened. Like you just said they like, guys, what if the earth was flat? And then you come up with the theories, and then it's like
All the
now an
controversy.
unnecessary arguments come up, and then now other people believe like, yeah, that is true. Why didn't you think of that? But anyways, it is what it is.
Yeah, well, we should actually get to the bottom of it. Why people thought to do those certain things.
Yeah, I think that should be our next topic. Why?
What?
When do you get the time to think what you think or do what you do?
Sure, that's deep, actually.
Oh, wait. Okay, I have my
Wait,
phone. So drop the phone. Drop the phone. Drop the phone.
Oh,
Yes, I dropped
yeah.
the phone.
Yeah, I guess it does come down to what you prioritize. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Wait, did you mention the last humor?
No, we have made it to the end. Number 9.
Yay!
And number 9 is dark humor. Yeah.
Okay,
This style of
all
humor.
know dark humor.
Yeah. This style
But
of
explain
humor
it to the
usually
others.
evokes some. Sorry?
I'm saying explain it to the others because others need to know,
Yes.
you know what dark humor is.
Yes, exactly. The style of humor usually involves some dark, depressing, underlying themes, but throws some comical or unusual situations in the setting. So, given the current political climate, you can refer back to joke number 7. You remember about Ivanka Trump, whatever it is, or this might be something else. It might come as a surprise that in a trial of 200 people, eHarmony found dark humor to be the least popular humor, while physical humor came out on top. In saying that, educated people tended to find physical humor less funny than wit and wordplay, while older people found everything less funny across the board. So, but what to make of all of this data? eHarmony hopes to factor the 9 factors of humor into their own algorithm in the next 6 months or so. And it helps, apparently, find your fellow weirdo, as they state.
Well, technically, I feel like I fall into any of, because sometimes I feel like I do have a dry sense of humor because like some people don't get the joke. You know, when you get the joke, but other people don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that one.
And then I'm not really that much of the dog type because like, why dog? So like, yeah.
No, that's true. I would say personally, from what I've experienced in different senses of humor, people have like a main type of sense of humor, how they interact with people, where it's like part of their personality. But then circumstantially, they end up, kind of going with the flow of the environment kind of thing.
Yeah.
So if you're with older people, you might use a bit more sarcastic humor because they get more of a kick out of it. And then I found that when you're with like younger people, it's more like wordplay, those kinds of things. Obviously, intellectuals, it's a different story. It does require, in order for humor, I personally think, to be like placed well, you need to understand the atmosphere of the people that you're with. So if it's a little bit more, like a little bit more dark, then you want to lighten the mood kind of thing. Otherwise, humor just kind of sucks.
I still don't understand the dark humor. Like, how do you lighten up a room with dark humor? Because obviously you tell the joke or come up with your humor, and then people are like,
yeah, okay, but there's an example like medieval humor. I don't know if you've ever seen the medieval paintings that they've made like fun of. It's during this dark, depressing time where people were suffering and whatnot. And now in the 21st century, they've like made fun of the fact that people were beheaded in a certain time. And it's like, what is the What?
But like but you see, can you see that there are some jokes that you shouldn't make fun of, and there are some that you should, because now like you're not learning, you're just making fun of everything. Now everything is just a joke. Like,
No, sure. But
it's
making
like,
light of something.
let me make a quick example. So there's this
Okay.
song by Nina Simone. I think it's called what is it called? Body on the Leaves or something, like blood on the leaves. Yes. So now
You spoke about it.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. And then like the song Blood on the Leaves, it's actually talking about serious things, man. Like these slaves were being hung on trees. That's what it meant by blood on the leaves. But now you find these TikTok trenders, blood on the leaves. Like they don't even understand.
Yeah.
And like even if you listen to the lyrics, the beat is nice, I won't lie. But like the lyrics, and you're like, my guy, what are you saying? You're just using all these things. Like you literally took a sound from someone else and then made it like an ad lib, you know. So like for those who do not know what an ad lib is like, you know, when you're rapping, like, yeah, yo, you know, those type of things. But like it's like people don't think about those type of things. So
Yeah.
in future, people, please, before you make something, before you make a dog joke, think.
Yes, well, I would like to object because
My heart. Oh, my heart.
no, well, I would like to object. I would like to play the devil's advocate in this situation.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. What is the purpose of comedy and humor? If you look in like a newspaper, oftentimes you'll have those comic strips, right? There's like really hardcore things going on in the political nature of things, and then there's like there's conflict, and people often say that comedians are not allowed to make political jokes, right?
Like
And
the Madam and
maybe-
Eve one. Those ones are funny.
Or the Adam and Steve.
Yeah. Or the Garfield ones. Or the cartoons or in general from the Sowetan newspaper in South Africa here.
Yeah, well, also like stand-up comedians, right? Someone like Riyad Musa. I don't know if you've ever watched anything by him. You obviously know Trevor Noah, which is a South African
He's
comedian.
the best because like he makes those jokes funny. Like even if it's a serious, especially the Jacob Zuma jokes, like he makes it funny.
Well,
like because there are those ones that can't tell it properly. Like there's those ones that just can't tell it properly. Like you understand what's going on, but they're not making it funny for you to laugh in serious times. Even made the one with Nelson Mandela and whatnot. But like you need to make it funny. Don't make it too dark where it's just like, okay, now it's serious here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, for instance, like with Riyad Musa, he often makes a lot of jokes about Islam. So he is a Muslim, and so he follows the practice of Islam, right? But the thing that makes it funny is that it's like the South African flavor, because obviously he's a South African comedian, where he adds in the humorous aspect of day-to-day living under these political factors. So he often speaks about the president and the elections and all these kinds of things. And he brings in the fact that we as a country are experiencing this, and yet our interactions amongst one another, when we talk about it, we're able to poke fun at it, and it kind of makes it bearable in a sense.
But
so
that is
would you,
true though.
Yeah. Would you say that comedians should be allowed to make fun of, I say make fun of, but more specifically, are they allowed to humor very serious things? Because oftentimes they say that it's sacrilege.
No, like we understand the political ones, right? The political ones, like obviously you need humor somewhere somehow. But what I was saying is like the past. Pillar is the part. Like if you look at the past was hectic. It was literally hectic. And then now you're gonna make dark jokes on hectic. No, because obviously other people won't take, because you do find those people who are very historical and like take history very serious. And now like you're gonna make that dark joke, like really are gonna influence on people, and not a lot of people would really find it funny. And like political ones are funny. Like if you look at our former president Jacob Zuma, like those are funny. Like even like the way they actually draw the cartoon, it was like they make his head, they make it like literally extra, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. And then whatever political jokes, like the voting, the EFF, the whatnot, those are funny because like you understand, like even like you actually understand what's going on. But now you making jokes from the past. You were not there, never once there, never even thought of being there. You were not even thought of at that time. God was like, no, it's not your time. It's only gonna come after this. You know what I'm saying? And then you're gonna make these funny jokes. For other people, it's gonna be too touching because they might have grown up there, or maybe their families might have grown up there or something like that. So I understand what you're saying. Political and all other funny things, day-to-day lives, that's funny. Like maybe I'm like, oh my gosh, I have a headache, such a long day at work and stuff, and then you make a joke about it, and then now you all laugh. That's understandable. But like, don't go to the past, people. It's serious for other people. You know what I'm saying?
But my question is, at what point can you make a joke about something serious before it becomes offensive? So personally, I find that the political jokes are oftentimes offensive and disrespectful. On the matter of them being human beings, even though they're in a political position and are perhaps doing something very corrupt. I personally don't find that humor funny at all because it's like dishonoring in a sense. When you can make fun of something without dishonoring someone as their human state, and being able to actually incorporate them into it, I find that that kind of humor is valid. Otherwise, it's not even humor, it's just degrading. And is that funny?
So let me just say this. It depends on who is telling the joke.
Okay.
I'll just put it like that. Because like, let me make an example with the famous Trevor Noah. Like when he tells a joke, it's not offensive. It's funny, it's serious, but it's not offensive. It's not like, oh my gosh. Like it's not offensive to the point where the president is like, okay, what you did was wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's not offensive to the point where the government is like, no, we need to take this boy out. It's not offensive to the point where even the crowd is like, okay, no, you took it too far. You know what I'm saying? It always depends.
Or there could be just too many people that stand up for it, that if they were to make a hullabaloo out of it, then you would have more people against them than for them.
No, but like,
I don't know.
Like as I was saying, it really depends, because there will be that person that tries to tell the joke, trying to make it humorous, but they just do not know how to put it there. And then now it's very, like the way it comes across, it's very offensive. And now you're like, oh flip, what did I do? So you know what I'm saying? So for me, it literally depends on who is telling the joke. Because like even like let's look at dad jokes and mom jokes and all these funny jokes, all these stupid jokes.
Your mama jokes.
Your mama jokes, you know what I'm saying? The dad jokes are, some of them are funny, some of them are not funny, but it's like it depends on how you tell the joke and how the joke actually comes across, because the joke can be funny and then the person tells the joke and then it's not funny. It's like,
the way like that it's said, the environment it's said in.
Exactly, you know what I'm saying? But then now, if it's like, if you have, let me use a perfect example. Our producer, Kayla, producer of Active FM, she is good at telling dad jokes. Like she is so good. Like even if the dad joke is not funny, she even made up a dad joke. My foreign name. You know what I'm saying? Because my foreign name is Ruva Rashi.
Wow.
Right, meaning the flower of God, God's flower, the flower of God, same thing.
Sure, that's
and
stunning.
and then she made a joke of it. Like she's like, I forgot what it is, but she made a joke. She's like, what do you call I forgot what it was, but then like at the end we all laugh. Even if she tells it now, I'll still laugh because like it's funny. But if it was someone else, it would be like, okay, what are you doing?
Yeah, it would be demeaning. They wouldn't have understanding. Yeah,
exactly.
When does comedy turn into this? I have a quote that I wanted to share by Socrates. Socrates. I believe it's a Greek name. I'm not. I beg to be. I speak under correction. That's it.
Speak under correction. Yes.
So it says, strong minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, and weak minds discuss people. So I don't know, when does
So that's
humor, when does humor turn into purely gossiping under an acceptable title?
I'll put it this way. Depends on who it is. Because
Okay.
like with everything for me, it always depends on who the thing is, who the person is,
Yeah.
what the thing is, who is it? Because you will find those people that will make a joke and turn it into a gossip session, and then you will find those other people that actually turn the joke into like something so funny, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then like, you know, and then yeah, there are those people that will want to turn it into a gossip session unnecessarily. Like, for what? For a good reason. You know what I'm saying? And then there are those people that will actually tell the joke for the fun of it. Be like, oh guys, I have a joke, and then tell the joke, and then maybe it's a serious joke. Like too soon jokes, those too soon jokes are funny.
Yeah.
Even though they're not meant to be
changes
funny,
the
but
atmosphere.
exactly. Because you tell the joke and like, too soon, okay, fine. And then you all laugh and like, gosh, like, because what they must watch The Chosen. I am promoting The Chosen right now.
It was
So
watch it.
understand.
Go and watch it right now. Okay,
Don't
not right now.
binge.
After this.
Do not binge watch it. Not now, because it's still me and Beulah's, So do not binge watch The Chosen, but watch it. Watch it bit by bit, episode 1, episode 2, be slow and nice with it, but like, there's that episode where Jesus makes a too soon joke. I think it was with the guy that robbed I think it was a Samaritan or something, in order to like get food for his family. And then Jesus like, okay, we're not gonna walk in the woods, something like that. And then because someone might just jump out from the woods and from the bushes, and they're like, too soon? Okay, too soon. But now everyone ended up laughing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
making light of a serious situation.
Exactly. But let me make a quick example. Me and you have different humors. You have your own sense of humor. I have my own sense of humor. There will be some jokes that Beulah will say, and then it'll be like, and then she explained, I'm like, oh, and then I don't really talk as much.
Explain it anymore.
Yeah, it's no longer funny. That's why I'm like, it's fine. Just keep it that way. I'll just laugh with you. It's fine.
You laugh at me technically because you're not laughing with me.
Yeah, I'll laugh with you. And then but we will be continuing with the topic on which is the best sense of humor. We need to come up with the conclusion here. Which is the best sense of humor?
Yes, we need to. Okay, so if we break all situations down where humor can be applied, what is the one humor that can be applied across the board without offending people, without making derogatory examples of people, without, it's just like basically humor that doesn't hurt people.
From that list that you mentioned, I think it was number 7 that we fell in that category of number 7 or number 8.
So number 7 is observational and number 8 is bodily. So I disagree.
No, it's number bodily. 7. It's number 7. So it is definitely number 7, because you observe and you make the joke on the spot, and you observe and you make the joke with everybody, and then everybody laughs. You know what I'm saying?
No, I definitely agree.
Yeah, I actually think, that was,
What's your reason specifically? We just had Tabo walk behind us.
From the shade. He's
even throwing shade in our show.
Imagine the nerve. Like, I do not understand the nerve of this word. But anyways, it ain't about the shade. It's about the table of perspective. So what is your conclusion, Beulah?
Okay, my perspective on the conclusion is that observational humor is most applicable because it is you observing a situation and making sure that you're going to bring the best outcome of it. Oftentimes that's not the case, but I feel like if your intention is to humor something for the lightening of a mood, which oftentimes humor is intended for, then you should probably be on your way, keep making observational jokes. If not, and you're like about dark humor and you just want to like bring people into your dark place.
Yeah.
Maybe you find friends that are gonna encourage you. However, when you do know someone who knows dark humor and you guys are like close, sure, the way you will
I think
laugh,
you found
I
your
cannot-
partner in crime.
Yes. So like medieval humor, if you've ever seen it and if you find it funny, please can you phone me, can you message me, can you make sure that you follow me on every page so I can find you so that we can be friends?
Let me give you her number. It is 085-555-0132. You got the number. There we go. Just give you a call.
Okay, yes, give me a call.
Number.
Of course. Sorry. Yes, give me a call. Make sure.
It'll be 0505550132. Yes, that is a number. I'm sure I changed that number completely, but anyways, you'll definitely get a hold of her in one of those two numbers that I just mentioned.
Yes, we need to find the people who know that medieval humor is superior. Personally, that's obviously my perspective.
Yeah, we need to find those people. There are like, sometimes like if you go and listen to the shade, sometimes Tabo would like to enter or start the show with a dark joke, which sometimes the dark jokes, a dark joke, and sometimes which the dark jokes are just too hectic for my liking. I'm like, too soon. But anyways,
And your perspective?
My perspective is the observational one, because I'm not very observational, but I'm observational, but I'm not funny, but I'm funny, but I'm not funny, but I'm funny, but I'm not funny.
I think being observant makes a non-funny person able to get along in humor, because you're just watching what people are saying and what they're doing, and you're able to bring light to it.
Yeah, I feel like I'm funny in like my African language, you know what I'm saying, and with specific people. So like in Zulu or slang Zulu, or it's called Tsotsitao, or it's called Kaletao. So that's where I am sometimes funny, because like we understand each other, like like, so
inside jokes are superior as well.
Yeah, it's actually like the inside jokes. Like a friend of mine. Wow, in fact, today is Danny's birthday from Decoding the Crime Verse.
She was on the show.
She was on the show with us. Yes.
You need to get her back soon. Danny, if you're listening, come soon.
You better be listening. And happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Danny. Okay, that's enough. That was a short band type song. But before I really interrupted myself, it was that. So obviously observational, I have my own style or my own language of funniness or whatever, if you put it that way. And that is my perspective. So as we are closing off with our last song, and we will catch up with you again next week, Tuesday, here, same time, same place. Like we never changed. Yeah, also on YouTube, like obviously, like why not on YouTube? Like you must just go even watch all the other content, you know what I'm saying. We love you guys.
It was lovely having you. It was lovely speaking with you. Great privilege to get your perspective on it.
Very great to get your perspective on it, Beulah.
If you guys have conflict with what we're saying, let us know.
On our Instagram page, on the Table of Perspective. And we will be signing out. Peace out. God bless you.
Cheers.
Bye.